Shalom, 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 yashala. This your boy, Brother Samuel, back at you with another quick edifying video. Right, today's lesson is going to be called A Soft Answer Turneth Away Wrath. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Right, that's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and his only begotten Son's name, who you ignorantly call Jesus, whose name is Yahawashi, right, and the Holy Spirit, which is the Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, from elder apostle Tahar on down, who have ruled well through the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days, and has pushed this gospel and this truth to the four corners of the earth. Right? So I was watching a video from one of the brothers from GMS South Carolina, and he was actually going into this video, and I actually found the video that he was watching. And the video is from WFI Rhode Island, right? And the clip that he had, it was towards the end where you see these gentlemen getting arrested, right? So, and I was watching the video, that the brother from GMS did. And I watched like a couple minutes after when he started, going into it, and I was like, I need to do a lesson. So I don't know if it's going to be some of the same precepts. I'm pretty sure it will through the Spirit. But when you watch the video, and I'm not going to play it, you can see it, right? So on WFI Rhode Island, right? It's got 17,000 views already, right? But what happened was these brothers, they was getting into it with this security guard, right? And, they started yelling at the security guard. Then the police came, and, the police was, at first they were trying to be cordial with them. They told them to move. They told them they wasn't moving, right? They kind of went back and forth, and to the point where they said we wasn't going nowhere. They start getting, start reading loud and yelling. And guess what? Then they got arrested, the thing about it is we gotta be circumspect in this thing. We gotta understand what our mission is, right? Our mission is to go out and to preach the gospel, right? The good news to the people, to the brokenhearted, right? And ultimately to the elect, because the elect are going to be the only ones that are going to understand this and hear this, right? So we just got to be mindful of that, when I look at this video, I look at this and I can see how me and my brother and how we used to be, right? And this probably would have happened to us, back in the day, because we was, just real zealous, to say the word. We didn't care. We was just like, we're gonna preach this gospel. Hey, this is what's going on, but as you grow in this thing, you understand and you become wiser, that's you can get your point across, you can do what you need to do, right? The main mission, and Salakia for my rant, but the main mission is to go out and to preach this gospel, right? It's to preach this gospel, right? But people like the scene, right? And I was watching the video, that the brother made from GMS, and you see all the people coming around. You can watch it in this video towards the end, but you see all Jake, coming around because they want to see the confrontation between, the police and these brothers, man, right? They could care less about the word, right? And that's why we gotta go out there, right? It says, the book of Ezekiel says, whether they hear, whether they forbear, right? But a lot of our people, they love the controversy, right? When you see this with 17,000 views, right? Because people love that, they love that drama, man, right? Jake, right? Israel loves the drama. They love to see the drama of our people, right? And that's not what this is about. This is about, warning our people and sharing this information and warning our people, ultimately of the destruction of this place, and to come, okay, and to let them know the things that are headed this way, right? To warn our people, right? Like Ezekiel said, give them warning from me, right? That's what the watchman is supposed to do. You can't give them warning if you locked up. You can't give them warning if you got arrested, man. Okay. So the thing about it is just we got to be wiser, in this thing. And I just want to go over a couple of scriptures, and I'm gonna close it out. Like I don't want it to be too long, right? Um, but let's get into it, right? Um, let's start off with the first one, right? Which would be let's go to it. The book of Proverbs, right? And it's just when we out there on the highways and hedges, we got to understand, uh, and like the brother from GMS said, we got to understand you in captivity, man, right? We in captivity. That's just like the prisoners having like all types of rights, man. You don't get no rights, right? You got to do what the warden, and you got to do what the correctional officer tells you what to do, right? You don't have rights. We don't have rights here, you know. But we are prophesying the downfall of this place. You know what I mean? But we got to understand that, like, this place was never set up to be fair for us, and our people, they can't understand it, and they don't get it, right? So let's get this. The book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 1, it says, "A soft answer turneth away wrath," right? "But grievous words stir up anger." Right? A soft answer, right? And if you watch, one of the cops, it looked like he might have been like Northern Kingdom or something, right? He was trying to be calm with him, right? And they kind of just was on 100 with the man, right? And he was really trying to just be real calm and collective about what he was doing, and was trying to make small conversation. And you see them, we don't want to talk to you. We don't want to talk to you. We know what our rights are, doing all that, you know. And it was just no need for it, right? Because guess what? A soft answer turneth away wrath. It says, but grievous words stir up anger, right? Because they kept going, right? And then here comes Esau, right? The Edomite cop, he comes, right? And then they get up, get from under my tent, what you doing this, doing that. And then, of course, he going to turn up. So he's like, shh, if you don't, I'm going to arrest you. Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. Well, yes, he can. And he did, right? When you watch the video, right? But it says a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. Okay? And we got to keep these things in mind. Like you read the book of Proverbs and you go to the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, right? Those are good. Those are good lessons when you read. Those when you read those books because they help you, right? They help you to navigate through this place, right? Because this place is wicked, man, right? And this is your wisdom, okay? Matter of fact, let's get this right. Let's go to the book of Matthew. Let's go to the book of Matthew real quick. Matthew chapter 10 and verse number 16. Right? It says, behold, right? This is Yahawashi talking to disciples, right? It says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Right? So understand that, right? You are a sheep out there, right? That Yahawashi says the sheep hear his voice. You are a sheep out on these highways and hedges, right? So it says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves, right? Listen, everybody knows you can turn up. Everybody knows Jake know how to turn up. Jake knows how to do that, right? But you surprise them when you can control, your emotions and your spirit. And guess what? You don't take everything so, because they waiting for Jake to turn up. That's all they was waiting for, right? They was waiting for him to turn up. As soon as he turned up just a little bit, then guess what? Boom. All right, now we got a reason, right? Now, if you don't have if you know, and you know what you can do at the end of the day, but that's not what your mission is. Your mission is to go out and to preach this gospel, to go out in the highways and hedges and preach this gospel, right? And wake up the elect, at the end day. So you have to be, it says, be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves, right? So you got to outsmart them. And sometimes outsmarting them is not getting up in their face and doing, trying to act, like, you the man, right? You ain't got to do all that, right? That's not your position, right? Your position, right? You read the scriptures, Yahawashi said, in the book, not Yahawashi, but we are soldiers of Yahawashi, right? And we're here to follow his orders, right? And one of his orders was to be as sheep, right? Amongst wolves, and be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, right? So we need to keep those, those orders. Keep those orders in our heart, in our mind, when we're out there on the highways and hedges, when we're doing the work of Bahasham Yahawashi, right? Another one he told him, right? Matthew 5 and verse number 25, it says, agree with thine adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison, right? And we see that all the time, right? You see all these camera footages, these brothers, or sisters, they get pulled over, right? And they just start going 100 on these officers, and guess what? Then they get pulled out of the car, or they get shot, right? They get arrested, right? Or who knows? You know what I'm saying? Yahawashi told you, agree with thine adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Okay? And then what good are you going to do? What good are you going to do? Right? You go out to the highways and hedges, right? That's the mission, is to go out to preach the gospel, right? To the elect, right? To those who have the ears to hear. Yahawashi said, my sheep are going to hear my voice. Okay? So understand that. You don't have to be going out there, gung ho, and I can say, I say this because I know how me and my brethren were, right? How we used to be. We used to be turned up, right? But as we have continued to grow in this thing, we've mellowed down, and we understand, we've matured. That's the thing. We've matured in this thing. We still have the zeal, right? But we're mature about it, right? And we can see that with the elders, right? You watch the elders of GMS, right? The old videos, they used to be turned up. Now we see that, hey, they're calmer in the spirit, and they've matured, right? And you got to mature in this thing. You can't just be, going 100 all the time, okay? And the thing about it is too, is just, understand that, you gotta, there's order. There's orders in these things, and listen, if they tell you got to move, listen, we don't own the block, and I remember we used to go after the block. I remember the little, wacky tacky Christians used to try to take over our thing, and then we go over there, right, with the big speaker, do the whole nine. You know what I mean? Not understanding that, it wasn't all that serious, right? We can go somewhere else, and guess what? We're still going to attract, the elect, right? With this word is going to attract the elect wherever you go, right? And just preach these scriptures, right? So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 40. It says, let all things be done decently and in order, right? Let all things be done decently and in order, So listen, if they order you to do something, just go ahead and do it. You don't have to cause all types of chaos and commotion, right? And you got Jake and Eve running around, egging stuff on and making it more than what it has to be, right? Making it more than what it has to be, because when you watch the video, you see people yelling and doing all these different things, right? And that's turning people up, man. And then that's going to cause commotion and other things that's going on, right? So we got to be wise when we're out there, man, right? We got to be wise when we're out there because it's too much going on, right? And that's, you know, most of the brothers who are going out, those who are sincere, hey, hey, listen, we love to go out here and do this. We love to go out and preach the gospel, right? Preach the gospel, you know, and usher in the kingdom of Yahawah Yahawashi, right? But you can't do that if you're over there getting, locked up and doing whatever, right? And it's just best to, like the scriptures say, you agree while you're in the way with your enemy. So sometimes you gotta just be quiet, right? Yahawashi, right? When they was accusing him of all types of things, what did he do? Did he go and rash back? No, he stayed quiet. He stayed quiet, right? And to the point where Pilate, he's like, I don't find any fault in this man. Like this man, he ain't saying nothing. They've accused him of all these things, right? So just understand that, right? You gotta be wise when you're out here, because the devil knows that he has but a short time, and he's gonna do everything that he can do to try to get you to go off, And this is just a learning lesson for everybody, even for myself, that I got to continue to, control my spirit, and not be ready to just jump out all the time, right? Let's get let's get this. Let's go to the book of James, chapter 1, verse number 19. It says, wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath, right? And that main one, that last one, man, that's slow to wrath, man, right? It says, for the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of the Most High, right? So when you getting angry, because they telling you to move, and you've been there, all this time, right? There's a way to go about it, right? You don't have to sit there and keep yelling, right? Give me the book of Proverbs, chapter 58, verse 1. And what does it say? Cry out loud. That's what they was doing right when you watched the video, And like I say, I and the thing about it is I can see it, and we've been there, me and my brother, we've been there, but it's just not wise to do. It's not wise to do, right? It's better just to, hey, get up, pack up, all right, officer, and move on. They tell you can move on. They didn't tell you had to leave. They just told you got to move across the street. Move across the street and continue on, okay? So, Lord's will, this is edifying, right? I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Peace and blessing to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. A mighty shalom to the elect, right? To the 144,000 men, 12,000 from each tribe. Stay diligent, right? To the rest of the elect, stay diligent, stay focused, keep enduring, right? And keep going out preaching the gospel, right? In decency and in order, man, right? Keep praying for one another, right? In these last days, right? Hey, we right on the mark, on the point of the MOTB, man, right? This thing is right at the door, right? And that's our focus. And the thing about it is, when this is not your focus, or you don't understand that, then these are the things that you'll do. You'll go out there and get arrested, You go out there and yell at Esau and yell at the police or whatever, and get yourself arrested for what? Okay? So with that, I want to say shalom.